People don't understand how
Stacking in my bag. Yeah, stacking in my bag. I like crypto grind. Currency's flowing, every coins on my mind. My Coinbase the upper, watch your numbers climb. In this damn fine, feeling so prime. Hustling these protocols, phones in the van. Emptying out my radar, I can't understand. Jumping on the wave, watch me move the plan. Holding diamond hands in this crypto land. Got my eyes on the prize, making moves like a king. Every transaction hit a cash registers ring. Ride a blockchain, we won't never be slow. In the world of finance, let the profit.
if you're holding real world assets, utility assets, you are a bank.
Yeah, of course, we go over the news and stuff, but we just do what feels natural when we be doing our thing.
I gotta get this money on. Yo, what's good? Right. What up, y'all? We back. What it do? What's up, y'all? Sorry about yesterday, but me and D had to we had to take care of ourselves.
I had to recalibrate, fam.
Yeah, we had to take care of ourselves. Everybody should be doing the same thing. Make sure you take care of yourself. For sure. But we're back. 1000%. What's up, y'all? Everybody come on in, double tap the screen. Double tap the screen. Let's run the likes up. Y'all already know. Make sure y'all hit that like button as y'all coming in on YouTube. Make sure y'all hit that like button. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, we feeling a little bit better. We're gonna fight it. For sure.
Oh, yeah. They can't knock us out, man. They can't knock us out.
No, not at all. Not at all. So yeah, y'all, let's hold on, y'all. I'm trying to get y'all some chart updates. Shout out to Cheney. Yeah, so I got mixed feelings about something. While y'all running the likes up, I'm gonna just go ahead and play this video. Because we need to get them likes up as high as possible. You know what I'm saying? The goal, we need to have a goal set from here. 100K likes alive over on TikTok, 100K plus alive. But CNBC says that XRP is the hottest crypto trade of 2026.
Here we go.
Now, early me 4 or 5 years ago would have been very excited to see that. That was before I knew what I knew now. That was when, I was a newbie and I didn't know any better. But now, and not saying that it's a bad thing. I have mixed feelings about it. I think it's good and bad. I don't know. But we'll play the video first, then we'll talk about it. So let me actually share my screen and we're gonna play the little clip real quick. Y'all let me know in the comments. I'm anxious to see how y'all feel about it. About CNBC saying that XRP is the hottest crypto trade of 2026. Y'all let me know how y'all feeling about it in the comments, because I got mixed feelings. But I'm gonna share my screen. I'm gonna play the clip real quick, and then y'all let us know in the comments what y'all think about this whole clip. Here we go. All right. Let me know if you can hear it, D, in 1 second. Hold up.
With regard to Bitcoin, we certainly...
Yep.
The hottest crypto trade of the year is not Bitcoin. It is not Ether. It is XRP, the coin formerly known as Ripple, soaring more than 20% this year, becoming the third largest. So
he don't know what the fuck he's talking about. He already started off wrong. D. He don't know what he's talking about. The coin for what the fuck did he just say? I don't even know what the fuck he just said. Hold on, let me go back, y'all. Let's run this back. So this is what the fuck I be talking about. This is what I be talking about. Let's play this again.
It is not Bitcoin. It is not Ether. It is XRP, the coin formerly known as Ripple, soaring more than 20%.
The coin formerly known as Ripple. What?
It was, yeah, fam.
What?
Yeah, fam.
Oh man, and it's crazy because I have been to some of these studios and I have met some of these people. I've never seen him, but it's like they are supposed to be getting what I'm saying. Somebody's supposed to be advising them before they talk about these topics, and who advised him on CNBC needs to be fired. Jesus Christ.
Well, somebody said they're reading the prompter, right?
They do read the prompter, but they also get a refresh before, they get freshed up on these topics before they get on here so that they can talking confidence, because you can read off a prompter, but they still want them to be confident. So they're supposed to be reading over this stuff before they come on and doing their research. But formerly known as Ripple, what the hell? Oh my God, this is
man.
horrible, gang.
Yeah.
But I'll let them continue. Okay.
This year, becoming the third largest cryptocurrency out there, and there's big money behind this trade. Mackenzie Sagalos joins us now with that XRP trade and what, Mac, is driving all of this interest in XRP.
Well, what's actually been interesting is that during the doldrums of Q4, you actually saw a lot of people piling into those XRP ETFs, which is the exact opposite of what happens with the spot Bitcoin and Ether ETFs, where people really move in tandem with the price of the coin. But it was the fact that it is a way to have a higher percentage jump. So people were buying the dip with XRP in Q4, thinking this is a less crowded trade than Bitcoin or Ether. And then that proved out to be true just in the first 6 trading days of January.
We've also talked a lot about the blockchains and the ecosystems that are being built around many of these systems. We know kind of what they are with regard to Bitcoin. We certainly these days know what it is around Ethereum and Ether. What exactly is the big use case or driver? What's the practicality for XRP?
Well, with XRP and Solana, those are the 2 very popular altcoins right now where you're seeing a lot more interest. And with Solana, a lot of these different forms of tokenization. So we talk about tokenized dollars all the time in the context of stable coins. But now we're seeing a lot of people move into tokenizing money market funds. And Solana has become a blockchain use case for that. And XRP made its name in terms of cross-border payments.
You know what? I just had a realization of what they're trying to do. They're trying to let the people with the old money know what XRP and Solana is with this clip because of those ETFs and shit. That's what they're trying to do.
That's why that was the first thing she pointed out was ETFs. She didn't point out buying it on the exchange. They didn't bring up Coinbase. They didn't bring up crypto.com. The first thing she said was crypto ETFs. So y'all got to understand marketing here. Now, the ETF inflows for XRP, we were talking about it yesterday. You know, if Bitcoin was doing what XRP is doing right now, ETFs, we wouldn't be hearing the end of it. Period. We wouldn't be hearing the end of it. So they are pushing those ETFs because that's what they are getting ready to push on the masses is ETFs. That's why I say you are very, very lucky and blessed to be here, knowing to get the actual asset yourself and not buying through them and spending extra money. But I don't know. I think that I'm hoping that this is a situation where we're getting ready to get clarity and, you know, not just XRP, but a lot of these assets are getting ready to appreciate in price. And this is their karmic way of letting people know that this is what you need to be buying or something, because they got to tell you first. But they want you to buy it through the ETF. So they still wrong. They still fucked up. So, but I'm hoping that's what it is. What I don't like is when stuff goes mainstream and then it seems like, you know, they're telling you what to buy because they never tell you what to buy. And then it dumps. And then, you know, then people are pissed off and now they hate the asset. So that's why I said I have mixed feelings about it. I'm trying to stay on the positive side, but this was a little weird. This was a little weird.
Yeah.
And then the question that he asked, I want to go back to the question he asked and how she didn't answer it. That's why I was making that face. That's why I put my hand over my head. I want to go back to that part real quick because I want y'all to see how she did not answer his question.
We've also talked a lot about the blockchains and the ecosystems that are being built around many of these systems.
He starts off saying we talked about the blockchains and the ecosystems built around these systems. He's talking about the blockchain. Okay, that was the question.
We know kind of what they are with regard to Bitcoin. We certainly these days know what it is around Ethereum and Ether. What exactly is the big use case or driver? What's the practicality for XRP?
That was his question. What is the practicality for XRP? Listen to this broad. And I'm sorry to call her that, but in this situation, I got to call her that because she did not answer his question.
Well, with XRP and Solana, those are the two very popular altcoins right now where you're seeing a lot more interest. And with Solana, a lot of these different forms of tokenization. So we talk about tokenized dollars all the time in the context of stable coins.
She didn't talk about what XRP, she didn't want people to know okay, what answer was y'all looking for? Y'all let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments what answer y'all would have been looking. D, so if someone at CNBC had asked you that question, basically he asked, what's the use case for XRP? What's your answer?
I'd have been like, oh, cross-border payments, remittances, payments from here to there, all over. You know what I'm saying?
And they're going to help settle payments. And then you'll talk about Ripple's tech and Ripple's technology.
Yep.
That's how you answer that question. She talked about tokenization in Solana. So in a way, they told
right to
the
Solana.
Masses. Yeah. So in a way, they told the masses, but they didn't tell the masses.
Damn.
You see how they finesse that? You see what I'm saying?
You were saying that too, how like they just gonna keep pushing Solana on niggas. They're gonna keep pushing Solana on niggas. She went right into you said that. You said it, fam. You said it.
We talking about XRP and this whole brought up Solana. He basically asked her, what is the use case for XRP? We've talked about the blockchains of Bitcoin and Ethereum. What is XRP's use case? It's basically what that man just asked her. This bitch got up here and said, well, we've been talking about a lot of tokenization with Solana. But bitch, that's not the answer. What are you talking about? If she had answered that on a test, because we all went to school, if she had answered that question on a test like that, the teacher would have marked it wrong. You're getting an X. That's wrong. Yeah. Now you're not getting 100.
Yeah, that's definitely the wrong answer.
All my teachers enter the chat and make sure and tell me if I'm wrong, teachers. If we got any teachers in the chat, please tell them that if that was a question you asked on a test and you was grading it, you would have put an X by that answer. You would have marked it wrong. She's wrong. That was not the correct answer. She did not answer that man's question. So yeah. She definitely pivoted. Where we at with them like 16K? Let's keep running them likes up. We should have been at like 25. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all double tapping the screen over there on TikTok. Appreciate those that have been double tapping this whole time. Thank y'all so much. Make sure y'all double tapping the screen though. Screen. Person said ask ChatGPT. You know what? You want me to ask the other AI Maya? Want me to ask Maya? Because I feel like everybody use ChatGPT. I be trying to talk about other AIs. I can ask Maya real quick. I can share this tab and ask Maya to answer this question. What is XRP's use case? Because I'm sure the AI could have answered the damn question better than her. We're gonna use Maya because Miles be tripping. What? Oh, this time.
Hey, I was just wondering how you were doing. What's up?
You were just wondering. Okay. Can you tell me what the use case for XRP is and what is XRP? And how does that blockchain work?
So XRP is basically built for super fast and cheap international money transfers. Think of it as a middleman that settles transactions way quicker than traditional systems like SWIFT. The goal is to help banks and payment providers move money globally without all the fees and delays. They've positioned it as an alternative to traditional settlement rails. What makes it different is how the blockchain actually works. Instead of everyone needing to verify every single transaction like Bitcoin or Ethereum, XRP uses something called the XRP ledger with a unique consensus mechanism. Basically, validators agree on transactions in a matter of seconds rather than minutes or hours. It's much more centralized than some other blockchains, but that speed and low cost are the trade-offs. Does that make sense, or would you like me to dive deeper into any of that?
No, that was perfect. Thank you. Have a great day. See what I'm saying? See how the question was answered. You see what I'm saying? We didn't get very simple. Very simple. This whole talking about tokenization and Solana. He asked you, what is XRP? How does that blockchain work? What is it? So CNBC they told people, but they ain't tell people, and then they led with ETFs. So we see what they're doing. So, and that was something we told y'all that they were gonna do. We said that they were gonna push ETFs on the masses, and they were gonna market the fuck out of Solana. Yeah, and that is exactly what they're doing. So yeah, shout out to Darren. He said misinformation is still information, just not enough for you to make an informed decision on purpose. Exactly, 100%. 100%. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get started and get into these articles today. So I just wanted to start off with that. Appreciate y'all's opinions in the chat. Let me read the YouTube.
Shout out to everybody there. Make sure y'all liking the live over there on YouTube, fam. As y'all coming in or leaving,
100.
either or.
100. Oh, okay, XRP is more affordable than Solana, so they pushing Solana. Exactly. Yeah. What somebody else say? OMG Records TV said ain't giving no info. Just saw a black lady do the same thing on a podcast. She said a whole bunch of nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's what they do when it comes to XRP. Everybody start acting slow. They start acting like they don't know. That's what that nigga Rashad be doing on EYL. This nigga start talking about XRP. I don't know. These niggas start getting hesitant and shit. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? It's not even hard. It's not hard. It's not even debatable.
Nah, it's not. But you know, that's what they're gonna do. That's what they're gonna do. That's what they're gonna do, fam.
So yeah, as far as the market go, before we get started, I think the markets is reacting right now because I think the Supreme Court is supposed to give us some type of information regarding tariffs on Friday. So I think that is causing some uncertainty in the markets. But right now, according to my chart experts, aka Cheney, she said that BTC looks bearish. She can't lie. BTC look bearish. XRP look like it's retracing a bit from the recent rally we just had. But as long as we stay above $2, we should be good. But if we don't stay above $2, we could go back to $1.70 in that range. But she said it's in God's hand at this point. Because Trump can drop some news and all that can be invalidated. But as of right now, BTC looks bearish to her. So I think that between some tariff news coming out on Friday and then whatever else happens with this oil Venezuela situation, Japan, we'll see the markets are just uncertain. We're just in uncertainty right now. So we'll keep an eye on everything. But they also will be doing the U.S. Senate and Banking Committee. They are preparing for a markup on January 15th. So you got to keep that in mind as well. I believe, when is January 15th? Is that next Friday?
Next Thursday.
Thursday, the 15th?
They did 7.
Yeah. Yep, next Thursday. So it's gonna be an interesting next week. Yeah, the next week about to be very interesting, y'all. So now's the time to be keeping up with everything. So appreciate y'all tapping in because we're gonna have to keep up with everything going on because it's a little weird right now.
It is.
It's weird. You got to keep up with the news. You got to keep up with geopolitics. You got to keep up with everything right now. Keeping up with crypto news and all that to just kind of understand why the market moving sideways. I don't know. It's weird. So but yeah, we're gonna get started on some articles. Let's see. Let's talk about these exchanges to freeze trading and withdrawals after countdown under new crypto law. How do you how long do you have? I thought this was crazy because they're saying if you refuse to provide a tax identification number, exchanges are now legally mandated to block your withdrawals and cut off your flows.
Yes. I'm gonna go over some pros and cons, of this as well. So basically, starting January 1st, last week, crypto companies in the EU must collect tax information from their users, including the tax identification number. This is part of a new law called DAC8. So that's designed to make crypto transactions more transparent for tax authorities. So what does this mean for you as a crypto user? So if you don't provide the tax number after 2 reminders and 60 days, the exchange must block your ability to trade or withdraw your crypto. This is insane, fam. Insane. So this applies not only to buying and selling crypto, but also transferring crypto to wallets you control yourself, self-custody. So the exchanges will report your crypto activity annually to tax authorities starting in 2027, based on the data collected in 2026. So what the DAC8 actually does, so it increases tax visibility on crypto transactions inside regulated platforms. It does not eliminate privacy completely, so you still control your private keys if you use self-custody wallets. However, withdrawals from exchanges to self-custody wallets are now reportable events. I'm going to say that again. Withdrawals from exchanges to self-custody wallets are now reportable events. So the tax authorities get notified. So the reporting is annual, not instant. And then some data is aggregated to reduce administrative burden. So the timeline here is, of course, January 1st. The crypto provides start collecting the TINs in the transaction data, and then September 30th of 2027 is the first full year reports. That's when they are due to the tax authorities, and then reporting covers exchanges between crypto and fiat, crypto to crypto trades, and transfers to unhosted wallets. So the pros of DAC 8 is they say is better tax compliance. So it's going to help governments collect taxes fairly on crypto gains. Boo, boo. More transparency. So reducing chances of tax evasion through crypto. They so concerned about that shit, fam. That part of it. And standardized, yeah, they're so concerned about that shit. And then standardized reporting is going to make it easier for the tax authorities across the EU countries to share and match the data. And then they say a level playing field. So smaller providers may merge to improve compliance tools, leading to more reliable services. But the cons of DAC 8 is loss of some privacy. Some privacy. It's a whole lot of privacy loss. So exchanges must report user transactions and identity info, including transfers to self-custody wallets. Trading and withdrawal freezes. So if you don't provide your TIN, you could be blocked from trading or withdrawing your crypto. Higher costs for providers. So compliance costs are high, which might push smaller exchanges out or lead to higher fees. More paperwork. So users must provide tax info and may face more scrutiny. And then put potential impact on innovation. So smaller or new crypto businesses might struggle with compliance costs. Why this matters is because the EU is trying to catch up with crypto's growth by making sure taxes are paid. And this law aligns with global efforts. 58 countries plan similar reporting by 2027. I wonder why they're doing it by 2027, fam. So they must be expecting a hell of a year if they so concerned about people getting these crypto gains. And then it reduces the advantage. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. You know, it reduces the advantage of moving crypto activity offshores to avoid taxes. And then crypto users in the EU need to be ready to share tax info or risk losing access to their funds on exchanges. So there you go, fam. There you go, fam.
Wow.
There you go.
Wow.
That's what they're doing.
Wow. I'm not shocked whatsoever.
Nope. Not shocked.
No. Okay.
But,
Okay.
you know, that's the game. That's crazy.
They're gonna play dirty. They're gonna play dirty. That's just what they doing. They concerned about them taxes though, because they know what's getting ready to happen and they want to make sure they getting a piece. But nah, we ain't selling anyway. We ain't selling. Y'all can put all these, but that's why Cali pissed me off with that whole, possibility of them trying to, even if you don't sell, they still trying to tax you. Like what? Because I guess they're realizing like people have woken up to how to actually properly invest and actually take their profits, and people, caught on to borrowing against themselves opposed to selling. And they trying to, now they trying to go around that. So it's like, no, fuck y'all. So nah. And I don't feel bad for these people because y'all can print money to infinity and beyond, and they'll be going into a digital system and y'all can punch numbers into infinity and beyond. So and I'm not giving y'all shit. I'm not giving nobody shit. They can create their own money. Like, no. Y'all good. Y'all good. Y'all ain't been doing right this whole time. Don't be trying to do right now. Fuck all that. But yeah, we're gonna keep the train rolling because we got a couple articles to go over, y'all, because me and D was out sick yesterday evening. So but I'm gonna go ahead and go right into about this tariff, because I think Friday and whatever the Supreme Court ruling ends up being on this tariff situation could shake the market up. It could shake the market up. So Supreme Court tariff ruling could be days away. So if you ain't been listening, you might want to pay attention right now. You might want to pay attention all across the board, and not even just for your investments, for your everyday life.
For your everyday life.
For your everyday life.
So so this is the gist of it. So The Supreme Court has scheduled an opinion for Friday, and Bloomberg News reported that on Tuesday that this is a sign of a decision on the White House tariffs that could be coming soon. So while the court never says what rulings are coming, the report notes on an opinion by the tariffs is possible, given the expedited manner in which the justices have so far handled the case. So the case in question involves President Donald Trump so-called Liberation Day tariffs from last April, which placed duties on 10 to 50% on most imports. So we have a big Supreme Court case, Trump said during a speech in the House Republicans Tuesday. I hope to do what's good for our country. I hope they do the right thing. The president has been able to wheel and deal with tariffs. Trump has claimed that he has the authority to institute tariffs under the 1977 International Emergency Economic Powers Act, so the IEEPA, which gives the executive authority to regulate the importation of goods from foreign nations or individuals in response to a usual and extraordinary threat to national security, foreign policy, or the economy. So, as covered here in November, the skepticism among the justices about this argument. So, several of the court's conservative majority, including Justice Amy Barrett, Justice Neil Gurish, joined their liberal colleagues in sharply questioning the government's chief counsel in the case. So, basically what happened here is Trump imposed tariffs on Liberation Day. That was last April, charging 10 to 50% on imported goods. He said he has the legal power to do this under that act I just said. And then the Supreme Court has decided if Trump really has the authority to do this, right? So the argument says that some Supreme Court justices include conservatives and liberals, and then they question why so many countries were targeted and whether this is really allowed. And then Chief Justice John Roberts pointed out that the tariffs are basically taxes on Americans, and traditionally only Congress has the power to impose those taxes. So who's challenging the tariffs is a group of 12 states. A wine importer, and a toy maker filled the case. So you got 12 states, a wine importer, and a toy maker. So that's who's challenging these tariffs. And then hundreds of small businesses say that the tariffs hurt them by forcing higher prices and job cuts. What could happen is if the court rules in favor of Trump, the tariff stays. So, but if the court rules in favor of, against Trump, the tariffs could be stopped, but it's unlikely businesses will get refunds because it would be complicated to give the money back. Damn, that's crazy. That's crazy. So it's basically fucking over the small businesses and stuff like that, or some of these businesses. Why this is important? Because tariffs affect prices on imported goods, which impacts businesses and consumers. And the case tests how much power the president has to impose these taxes, or these tariffs rather, without the Congress. So the decision will affect future trade and economic policies. So just in a nutshell, they trying to figure out if he could do this or not. I mean, shit, he been doing whatever he wanted to do this thus far. Why they gonna stop him now? But I guess, because this is the Supreme Court, they got a huge say on what could go on. But
isn't it majority Republican now? The Supreme Court?
Oh yeah, probably. I think so.
Okay.
I think that's his people. That's his people's up in there. So
Interesting.
Yeah. So nah, it's gonna suck. It's gonna suck if that shit stays. Because I remember they used a lot of funds from a lot of different states since the last Liberation Day. Let me see if I got that list. I think I got the list. We had went over the list.
Shout out to Paul in the chat. He said they took another oil tanker.
Oh yeah. Russia, a Russian one, I think.
So we on bully time right now.
Yeah. We definitely on
bully time. Where we take an oil tanker from? Yeah, where we take another oil tanker from?
Oh yeah. This is the list. We had went over this list before, but since they talking about Liberation Day, bam, we can pull that up real quick. Look how much money was lost per state since the last Liberation Day. That's why some of these states is suing. Or they that's why some of these states is doing whatever they're doing.
Oh yeah, we did go over this before.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I mean, people had to dig in their retirement gang. I'm not shocked at all. Just to keep their head above water. Inflation's
Yeah.
crazy.
Nah,
Wow.
it is crazy. It is crazy.
That's why they going off. Yeah, that's
Mm-hmm.
exactly why they suing. Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna see on Friday. So we're gonna everybody gonna be tuned into that. So we're gonna see what happened on Friday regarding this tariff. I know it's gonna shut whatever it does, it's gonna affect the markets, of course. So
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna see we're gonna keep an eye on that on Friday. It's Wednesday, so we'll see. Oh yeah, Russia. It was Russian, according to CNN. Okay. Appreciate you, Paul.
Joker said Trump tripping. Well, well,
Dang. No, that's a fact. That's a fact.
well.
So we're gonna talk about JP Morgan real quick. So JP Morgan targets Canton Network for next phase of JPM coin. So here come JP Morgan tapping in after he told y'all crypto was a scam and a fraud and it was Bitcoin's a pet rock and all this shit. Here he come, making sure
Yeah, what
he's
are you talking about?
making sure he in position. So the U.S. Senate Banking Committee is preparing to mark up its I'm sorry, shit. Talking about the damn market structure. That's next. My bad, y'all. But JP Morgan. So yeah, JP Morgan's blockchain unit Connexis announced plans to bring JP Morgan coin with the ticker is JPMD natively onto the Canton network in 2026. So JP Morgan coin is a y'all know is a US dominated deposit token issued by JP Morgan designed for institutional clients and representing a digital claim on actual dollar deposits. So the Canton network is a public permissionless layer one blockchain built for institutional finance that emphasizes privacy, compliance, and interoperability. So JP Morgan had previously started piloting JP Morgan Coin on Coinbase's base network for institutional clients, and Canton is the next step in its multi-chain strategy. So the plan is to integrate JPM Coin on Canton in phases throughout 2026, focusing initially on the technical and business infrastructure needed to issue, transfer, and redeem the token directly on the chain. So the integration may later include other digital payment products from Connexis. So JP Morgan Coin moving to the Canton network represents a shift from private ledger use toward public blockchain infrastructure suited for institutional use. So which may align with broader industry trends in tokenized assets and settlement infrastructure. So the phase rollout suggests the initiative is still in development and not yet live in full production. So initial stages in 2026 will likely be technical and operational rather than widespread usage. Use cases implied by the announcements include payment, settlement, and liquidity management within an ecosystem of institutional participants who adopt Canton. So Canton's design institutional orientation with privacy and compliance features is intended to satisfy regulatory and operational preferences of large financial institutions. So JP Morgan Coin initially launched on Base, which is a public layer 2 network for institutional clients, indicating a strategy to a broader blockchain and deployment beyond JP Morgan internal systems. So Canton has been attracting institutional interest and participation by multiple large financial firms, positioning itself as a potential settlement and real-world asset infrastructure for a regulated market. So this move aligns with other developments where traditional financial institutions explore tokenized money and assets on public permissionless blockchains. So the phase nature and institutional focus frame this as infrastructure evolution rather than an immediate consumer product or retail-oriented stablecoin deployment. So, JP Morgan, they just trying to fuck with Canton because Canton working with the DTCC.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
Nah,
they're not slick.
they're not slick. They they know what they're doing, fam. They know what they're doing. I mean, yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense for them. Makes sense for them for whatever they want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, and JP Morgan is one of the ones that they're gonna do what makes sense for their pockets. Even if they gotta bite their nose to spite their face. So.
Mm-hmm.
They don't care.
Mm-hmm. No, that's a fact. That's a fact. So yeah, it's all good. So we're gonna move on to the next article. JP Morgan full of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Move on to this next one. So let's talk about the market structure real quick. So we got the countdown to markup now. So we're about a week away to the markup. Sorry, y'all. I had a sick, so my throat can get dry real quick. So countdown to markup. So the latest on crypto market structure. So the U.S. Senate Banking Committee is preparing to mark up its version of a crypto market structure bill around January 15, 2026. So lawmakers from both parties met about a week ago before the markup to discuss unresolved issues, including ethics rules for public officials concerning crypto, stablecoin yield provisions, bipartisan representation on U.S. crypto regulatory agencies, and certain DeFi Pacific provisions. They met up about a week ago. Okay. So
Okay.
senators involved included Republicans and Democrats from the banking committee, along with White House advisors. It is unclear from the article alone how many of these issues have been resolved, so they didn't really answer that. But the Senate Agriculture Committee is reportedly scheduling its own markup on related digital commodities language. The article also touches briefly on industry lobbying efforts as a separate development involving MSCI and crypto treasury companies. So additional reporting confirms the markup for this market structure bill is expected in mid-January 2026, which y'all know is going to be next week. So major unresolved debates include DeFi rules, stablecoin protocols, and how oversight is divided between the SEC and the CFTC. So some sources note that while the markup is scheduled, early attempts to hold this step were delayed into 2026 after negotiations in 2025 did not conclude. So disagreement on core items, which is jurisdiction and DeFi rules, may influence how much support the markup text ultimately receives. So this article fits into a broader legislative trend where the U.S. Congress is attempting to clarify how digital asset markets are regulated, particularly where authority lies between the SEC and CFTC. So prior to this, the Senate passed the Genius Act, y'all know, last year. So the markup timing in January 2026 suggests the process has spanned multiple sessions. Pretty much we got to see if they got this sorted out. So that's the part we got to wait for next week to see if they got because what were they disagreeing about, the stuff that they were disagreeing on, the unresolved issues, which was the ethic rules and stablecoin yield provisions, DeFi, the SEC CFTC situation. So hopefully they cleared this up. They did meet last week. Hopefully they got at least 3 of these bullet points that we just talked about. At least hopefully they can agree on that. We're going to see. Other than that, it's going to be a mess next week. I'm expecting a mess. I'm expecting Maxine to come in there on her bullshit like she always do, worried about Donald Trump and his family.
You think
that's
she
what I'm
gonna roll him in
expecting.
there like, why is he getting so much money and he's not getting any,
Yeah, that's what I'm
he's not
expecting.
paying.
And she going to bring up crypto.com. Why is crypto.com working with him on this project with World Liberty Financial? And shut up, Jesus! Like, that's what I'm expecting. And so, but hopefully they can get on the same page and get this done, and get people like Stephen Lynch and Elizabeth Warren and Maxine Waters to shut the fuck up and just let's just get this done. Y'all are not gonna live to even experience this shit anyway, especially Maxine. She's the oldest one, so I don't know why she gives a fuck so much. Like, she act like she's gonna be directly using this technology. Like, Maxine, baby, you know how old you are. Like, you know what I'm saying? Probably gotta put an A on Congress, so I don't gotta come on here and roast old people, because I don't want to roast old people. I have respect for my elders, not elders like her. And it's like, it's annoying. It's just mad annoying, because it's like, you don't even know what the hell you talking about. But she playing her role.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. She just playing her role. That's her part in the script. That's her character. So it's always got to be some type of opposition when it comes to shit like this, especially when it's a lot of big money involved. This is a lot of big money. You know what I mean?
Yeah. This is how they keep everybody divided. This is the divide and conquer this is how they do that. This is how they get this done. So, she just playing her little role. I just wish she would go away. So
Well,
yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
know,
So yeah, y'all. So yeah, the next we got Friday. We gotta see what Supreme Court say about tariffs, and then I feel like that'll kind of build up momentum to kind of what's gonna happen with this market structure, kind of in a sense, even though they have nothing to do with each other, but the market, you know what I'm saying? We gotta pay attention to the market. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see. Man, woo, the anticipation is definitely building up. I ain't gonna lie, the anticipation starting to build up, y'all. It's definitely a countdown. Shout out to Eleanor for the title on that article because it's definitely a countdown to markup now. Because the anticipation, I was cool, but now that we like a week away, now the anticipation even starting to build up with me. So yeah, we're gonna see. We're gonna count down the next week. So we gotta today Wednesday, so the markup next Thursday. So man, yeah, we definitely gonna be live talking about that. So yeah, we're gonna go on to the we're gonna go on to the next article. Solana. Let's talk about Solana real quick since they, so popular these days. Solana treasury firm DeFi Dev Corp ventures into yield farming.
they're gonna push it on you. They're gonna push it on you. So NASDAQ listed DeFi Dev Corp has announced plans to deploy part of its Solana treasury into a yield generating on-chain strategy. So this shows a move by the firm towards better Solana treasury management instead of holding the digital assets idle, right? And then they put a tweet out talking about these things with capital markets, DFDV to adopt on-chain Solana treasury strategy. So a portion of the DeFi development course holdings will be allocated on-chain yield strategies offered through Hilo. So the goal here is to grow the firm's Solana treasury while also supporting day-to-day operational needs. The company's Solana holdings will be put to work instead of keeping the assets dormant on the balance sheet. So the decision shows a broader trend among publicly listed traded companies treating crypto treasuries as operational assets rather than purely long-term static holdings. So by deploying Solana into yield-generating protocols, DeFi DevCore will boost returns while continuing with Solana exposure. So, and then the CEO of DeFi DevCore said, this partnership with Hilo aligns directly with our strategy of actively compounding Solana and related assets through high quality Solana native yield opportunities. In addition to enhancing yield, participation in Hilo's points programs provides additional optionality and exposure to emerging incentive structures across Solana ecosystem. Basically, they saying, yo, we about to make more money on Solana. We about to make more money on top of money using Solana and DeFi. That's all he said, in a fancy way. So Hilo's plan of allocating treasury assets, Hilo's recent growth appears to have played an essential role in the partnership. The protocol has expanded from launch to more than $100 million in total value locked within 4 months. So that's basically about $25 million per month. It also generated over $6 million in annualized fees on the Solana network. Damn. And then DeFi DevCore said it would smartly allocate treasury assets into strategies designed to maximize returns. They want to maximize these returns and also contribute to the broader Solana DeFi ecosystem. They're going to push it on you, fam. They're going to push it on you. But I mean, at least they're making money on top of money with using a Solana. This move comes just as big players like Morgan Stanley hint at plans to delve into Solana products. Of course, Morgan Stanley's going to get it done. And then DeFi DevCore saw a 6.2% increase in Solana per shares during the last quarter of 2025. The company's native CFDV stock price has risen 800% over the past year, fam. Damn. And then the company reported that its Solana per share has reached 0.07, implying an annualized run rate of roughly 24%. This reflects the current pace of Solana accumulation. So these niggas is all in on Solana. And I'm standing on the hill with my brother Coop. He calls Solana institutional rug pull. I think it is too. So be careful. Be careful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Institutional fucking rug pull, fam. There's a
Somebody on
reason why they want
YouTube.
you in it.
Somebody on YouTube said they called Bank of America. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, they was on the phone with Bank of America, and they just sent him a digital wallet. What?
Oh yeah. We there.
What is that
We
time?
there.
Is it that? Oh man. Oh, that just hyped me up a little bit. Oh shit. Let me sit up a little bit. Oh shit.
We there.
Oh shit. Okay. No, we definitely there. So let's talk about Algorand real quick. Algorand don't get enough love from nobody. It ain't just us.
Algo.
Algo don't get enough love from everybody. We're gonna talk about Algorand real quick because it's very, very
Okay.
rare that they in the headlines. So Algorand
Okay.
Foundation officially returns to US. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So yeah, they are
Okay.
back. Yeah, so they're returning to the US. So they relocate their headquarters from Singapore to Delaware. So y'all know we lost mad companies when Joe Biden and then was in office because they just weren't trying to give us no rules and regulations, and the Democrats were not crypto friendly. So we lost, companies left. Nobody been finna be dealing with that shit. I don't blame them. So yeah, shout out to Algorand. Welcome back. Algo is something y'all definitely need to do your homework on. Definitely do your homework on Algorand. So here's what happened. So the Algorand Foundation has relocated its headquarters from Singapore to Delaware, in the United States, of course. So it is now incorporated in Delaware. So this move was reflected in recent public updates from the foundation and their LinkedIn page showing a change in legal status and location. So the relocation is linked to the foundation's broader 2025 plus strategy and U.S. expansion plans, including engagement with U.S. policy and institutional markets. Previous strategic announcements referenced movement to the U.S. as part of this roadmap. So the Delaware incorporation and headquarters change was noted in recent social media posts and public corporate profile updates indicating the foundation's return to being U.S. based. So moving headquarters from Singapore to Delaware aligns the foundation more closely with U.S. legal and corporate frameworks. So Delaware is a common jurisdiction for corporate entities in the U.S. Because of its established body of corporate law and governance structures. Mad companies left Delaware though and went to Texas. I'm just saying. I'm why Algorand decided to go to Delaware and not Texas. But yeah, the shift likely reflects a desire to be closer to regulatory and institutional ecosystems in the U.S., particularly as U.S. policy discussions about digital assets continue to evolve. So relocating does not inherently change the technical development of the Algorand protocol or its decentralized network, but it may signal a strategic emphasis on policy engagement, institutional partnerships, and U.S. operational support. So the move to Delaware is part of a broader 2026 roadmap for Algorand that includes enhanced U.S. engagement, product launches, and ecosystem development. So reports of U.S. expansion and board updates in early 2026 confirmed this direction. Prior to this relocation plan, the foundation had operated out of Singapore, partly due to regulatory and operational considerations outside the U.S. over time. As the U.S. market and policy environment have clarified, the organization appears to be shifting its base to support U.S. market participation more directly. Relocate. So basically, Algorand like, all right, they about to get rules over there, so we coming back.
Yeah. That's what I said. I was like, I thought of two things. I was like, one, that's a hell of a move from Singapore to Delaware. That's like night and fucking day.
Because truly, they could have just stayed in Singapore. They're way more advanced in digital assets than America is. So, but not comes. America always gonna be America when it comes down to money and business. It's just always gonna be better to operate here. But they won't lose. All I'm saying is they won't lose in Singapore when it comes to crypto.
Well, maybe they just want to be closer to the shit when the shit go down. You know what I'm saying? When the shit pop off.
Yeah, they just already over here. No, they did it for a reason. For sure.
They like the coast is clear. We can come back now. They about to do it.
Yeah,
about to do it. You know what I'm saying? I guess they just wanted to get away with whatever they was doing in the background over in Singapore, so they didn't have to answer to nobody because the SEC could have came after them, right?
Right. And so it's kind of crazy that they didn't bother them.
They ain't bother them. But
XRP, for some reason they just wanted to pick on XRP and a couple other assets, but yeah, they didn't pick on Algorand. But yeah, relocation can affect how the foundation interacts with global partners, participants in policy. How they participate in policy discussions and position itself for institutional use cases, especially given the prominence of the U.S. in financial infrastructure and regulatory framework. So,
yeah, that's a good point too. Partnerships. They probably want to get their partnership game up.
Yeah, because it's probably
over here.
right. It's probably hurting integrations and partnerships because they in Singapore as well. Yeah, so yeah, they about to Algorand about to get right. But if you haven't done your homework on Algorand, do your homework on Algorand for sure. Make sure you do your homework on Algorand. But yeah, we're gonna keep this train rolling because we got some more stuff to go over. Let's talk about XRP ETFs because that's clearly what CNBC wanted to talk about with ETFs. So XRP ETFs, yeah, they are devouring supply at a rate that exposes a glaring $1 billion institutional secret. Yeah, let's talk about it real quick because they are going crazy in the ETF realm. So XRP has recorded the largest percentage gain among the top 10 cryptocurrencies by market capitalization so far in 2026. I'm gonna say that again because if it was Bitcoin, like I said, we wouldn't be hearing the end of it. So I'm gonna make sure we emphasize it enough on this channel. XRP has recorded the largest percentage gain among the top 10 cryptocurrencies by market capitalization so far in 2026, rising roughly 28% year to date. Because they went to 237, but Bitcoin and Ethereum have both gained less than 10% over the same period. So the article attributes the performance difference to capital inflows into regulated spot XRP ETFs that have been active since mid-November 2025. These ETFs have seen significant cumulative inflows exceeding $1 billion, with daily trading volume showing continued engagement. So data included in the article points to on-chain activity indicators. So yeah, transaction counts on the XRP ledger decentralized exchange and elevated futures open interest rising to multi-month highs. So the reported gains reflect short-term relative performance within the crypto market rather than an absolute valuation milestone. XRP's price gain is larger as a percentage increase, but Bitcoin and Ethereum still remain larger in absolute market size and capitalization. Of course, they went first. But the focus on regulated spot ETFs suggests institutional or regulated investment vehicles are contributing to inflows differentiate in this period from purely retail-driven price moves. ETF inflows have been cited in multiple market reports as drivers of segmentation and capital flows among crypto assets. So, elevated futures open interest and ETF activity can indicate both speculative positioning and longer-term institutional engagement through these metrics. Though these metrics vary over time and do not imply a permanent trend beyond the short term. But yeah, XRP's performance in early 2026 aligns with broader market observations that institutional allocation patterns have shifted across major assets since late 2025, with some data showing relative increases in capital flows to altcoins like XRP and Solana compared to Bitcoin and Ethereum. So the uptick in XRP ETF inflows and on-chain metrics follows regulatory developments, including the approval and launch of spot ETF products for cryptocurrencies beyond Bitcoin and Ethereum. So these products attract capital that may otherwise have been allocated elsewhere. So while top 10 performance ranking for a given period reflects relative movement, it does not by itself indicate any structural change to the roles of these assets in markets. Bitcoin and Ethereum still dominate total market capitalization and institutional usage in many contexts. So of course I had to end off with that because they don't want you bullets on XRP. It just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? They got to give XRP credit, but they can't do it without glorifying Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. That is what we got out of this article.
They're like, it's a lot of, it's a lot of this and that, but Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, don't forget. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, that's like nah, it's crazy. It's crazy. That's like how they was downplaying remember that movie, the Michael B. Jordan movie Sinners, when that shit came out and that shit was like blown away like the box office, and niggas was like, well, it still needs to make his money back. And I'm like, they ain't no movie ever had a review that said like, oh, it made a lot of money, but it still needs to make its money back. They just be like, yo, this movie right here made a lot of money, so it's gonna continue to crush it. But that's how they do.
No, that's a fact. Now I want to talk about this real quick because I know you had sent me this yesterday. about the U.S.
What's up?
crypto market structure bill. So you know it's just some very idiotic people in the world. But somebody somebody had the nerve to type this article up and publish it. And say U.S. crypto market structure bill may be delayed until 2027. So they have started the FUD. Oh man, yeah, they definitely trying to get y'all out. They trying to get y'all out. Yeah, you could talk about this real quick. This bullshit, but go ahead. I'm gonna just go ahead and tell y'all before you get started this bullshit, but go ahead.
Oh man. So basically, just in a nutshell, the US is, working on a new law to regulate cryptocurrencies called the, Responsible Financial Innovation Act, also known as the Clarity Act. So this law aims to create clear rules on how digital assets like cryptocurrency should be handled in the market. So basically, what's happening now is what we were just talking about because of the US midterm elections coming up in November 2026. Some Senate Democrats might not support the bill right now. They are worried about conflicts of interest, especially related to Donald Trump, just like how, you were just talking about Maxine Waters, all that stuff. So because of this, the bill might get delayed and not passed until 2027. And even then, check this out. And even then, it might only start being enforced in 2029.
Hey yo.
Damn,
I thought that
they trying to
was
fudge
laughable.
y'all.
I thought y'all needed a laugh, so yeah, I wanted to share that with y'all because that shit.
Damn, they trying to fudge y'all ass. So, why the delay? They said the midterm elections could change which party controls the Senate. Some Democrats want to include rules that stop government officials, including Trump and his family, from holding or being involved in crypto. You can't stop that at all, fam. You cannot stop somebody from getting cryptocurrency. This has caused disagreements that could stall the bill after the elections, and then both parties might have to compromise to get the bill passed. Basically, what's in the bill is it tries to create clearer rules for crypto, and it includes conflict of interest rules to prevent government officials from having crypto investments that influence their decisions. And the bill is reviewed by Senate committees before it can be voted on the full Senate. In a nutshell, fam, like I just thought this whole shit was just funny because saying 2027 or 2029 being enforced, that shit is kind of crazy, fam. That shit is kind of crazy.
So it looks like who wrote this? Turner Wright. Turner, turn your badge in. The fuck, nigga? Don't ever write again.
2029.
Turn your badge in.
That's crazy, fam.
Out his bro. Insane. Like you just gotta kind of, and the reason why I say this is crazy is because you just kind of actually got to sit here and look at the rest of the world and their developments when it comes to crypto and digital assets and blockchain. Like where this is going. Do you really think America can afford to bullshit this thing until basically 2029?
No.
By 2029, this shit everything supposed to be flowing smoothly. So when that 2030 change gets here, because that's what I'm calling 2030 is gonna be a whole new planet. When 2030 get here, you think we're gonna be just now implementing blockchain into our everyday life in 2029? Like we're gonna give ourselves a year to prepare for what they have coming for 2030 technologically. Like it just honestly it just don't make sense. Like we're already behind. Don't get me wrong, we've been behind, but when it comes to something like this, we cannot lack any more than we already lacking. Everyone is moving forward and moving on. It's just, it don't even make sense. The banks wouldn't even be moving at this pace, and they wouldn't have moved how they moved in 2025 if these motherfuckers had until 2029 to do it. Like, it don't even make sense in my brain. But hey, some people believe in this FUD, so whatever.
I guess they got to put something out.
Believe what
they got to put something out.
They got to put something out. They got to put something out. So whatever. So yeah, we'll move on to the next article. Now it's mad funny for sure. Let's talk about did we talk about XRP currently dominating Japan's cash inflows?
No, we did not. No, we did not. Let's talk about it. All right.
Let's talk about it.
So Japan is making big changes on how it treats taxes and cryptocurrencies. These changes make it easier and cheaper for big grown-up financial companies to use crypto. So right now, XRP is already the most popular way people in Japan buy crypto with the yen, about $21.7 billion worth. And a big Japanese companies like SBI are already using XRP for moving money to other countries. Because of that, XRP might get an advantage if Japan's new rules let banks and funds offer crypto to regular people and big investors. So, basically what happened is what Japan changed anyway is they reclassified major cryptocurrencies as financial products. So basically treating them more like stocks than casual digital tokens. That means stricter rules, but also more ways for big companies to offer them. Number two, they had they cut taxes on some crypto income from as high as 55% down to a flat 20%. God damn, 55%. That's a big tax cut and makes crypto investments cheaper for people and companies. And number three, they created rules for the yen-backed stablecoins. The JPYC now exists, so there's a safe way to use the digital yen. And then it lets banks and security firms explore directly trading and managing crypto to do their stocks, like they do for stocks. So why XRP is so special in Japan right now is because from July 2024 to June 2025, so basically a year, people in Japan used the yen to buy about $21.7 billion worth of XRP, far more than other big Bitcoins like Bitcoin, Ethereum, way more than them. So SBI has worked with Ripple, and y'all known this. If y'all been following us, we've been telling y'all what the president of SBI has been saying since 20. When has he been saying this? When has he been saying this? The president of SBI. How long has he been saying?
Oh
For
man,
years.
probably since 2020, 2021.
For years,
2021
right?
is a long
For years.
time.
So
Yep.
for years to use XRP to move money cheaply and quickly between Japan and other countries like the Philippines, Vietnam, Indonesia. So these routes are also real and active, not just experiments. And then SBI plans to build an ETF that pairs Bitcoin and XRP. So if regulators allow it, XRP could be included in the stock market like products sold to regular institutional investors. So what's going to happen next if the rules go through is that more banks and fund managers could start offering cryptocurrency in familiar ways like ETFs and investment trusts. That makes crypto an option for pensions, corporations, and big investors who usually can't or won't use unregulated exchanges. Because XRP already gets most of the yen flows, it could see more trading in Japanese yen, meaning more liquidity, tighter spreads, and better price stability during Asian trading hours. So if XRP is used for remittances and ETFs, demand could increase and more global XRP volume might move through Japanese markets. Damn. Yeah.
Wow.
So why this matters for the people is because it lowers taxes and regulated products and makes it less risky for and cheaper to invest in crypto through these channels. And then XRP could be faster and cheaper to move money between countries if companies expand to those services. For big investors and institutions, clearer rules and lower taxes remove barriers to crypto, to include crypto in retirement funds and stuff. And then for Japanese financial system, this could make Japanese exchanges and banks central hubs for trading in Asia, boosting Japan's role in the region. And then for XRP itself, being already embedded in the payment system and popular in the yen on ramps, it gives it a head start for institutional flow growth. Damn. So $21.7 billion ain't nothing to sneeze at when it comes to moving money around. Just for one, for one country, for Japan. Nothing is final yet, but the law needs to be passed and regulators must approve the products like the ETFs. So that'll help.
My bad. Yep. No, for sure.
Yeah, Japan
Okay.
about to go crazy for crypto.
So,
yeah, they about to go crazy over there, fam.
Yeah, no, they are, and they love XRP over there. So with that, yeah, we're just gonna do. So y'all know we got a DeFi Patreon, so we just want to keep y'all abreast on what we're doing in that DeFi Patreon. So just gonna play a quick little ad so y'all can see the latest video or the latest, the latest thing we put out. I just put it like that, but yeah, I'm gonna just play it real quick.
Okay, welcome back to BlockNation DeFi. Today we're going to go over the top 5 tokenized stocks.
There you go. So yeah, that's pretty much what that's the latest thing that we're going over right now in that DeFi Patreon. So that's just giving y'all like a little snippet real quick so y'all can kind of see the type of videos and stuff that Caesar puts out, and step-by-step videos to help people move around in DeFi.
Yep. Calls tonight.
Yep. What
I
you
was
say,
gonna say
D?
the calls
Oh,
tonight.
okay. Yeah, we got a call tonight. So yeah, if you're in the DeFi Patreon, we definitely got that weekly call tonight. So make sure y'all tapped in on that weekly call, for sure. Whatever questions y'all got, make sure y'all write them down so y'all can ask. But yeah, we're gonna keep going with the next article. So we got Bank of America advisors are finally recommending Bitcoin, but the modest allocation is the bigger shock. So Bank of America know damn well they like XRP. I don't know why they pushing that Bitcoin shit, but hey, everybody got a role to play.
They sure do.
Everybody got a role to play. Let me pull it up real quick. All right, so Bank of America. So Bank of America has updated its wealth management policy so that financial advisors can now proactively recommend Bitcoin to clients instead of only executing trades at a client's request. So this change took effect January 5th, 2026. So advisors across Merrill Edge and BOA Private Bank can recommend regulated Bitcoin products, primarily spot Bitcoin ETFs, of course. So the bank's internal guidance suggests a modest allocation of roughly 1 to 4% of a client's portfolio for suitable investors who can tolerate volatility. For Pacific spot Bitcoin ETFs have been approved for advisor coverage. So that's BlackRock's iShares Bitcoin Trust, which is IBIT, Fidelity Wise Origin Bitcoin Fund, which is FBTC, Bitwise Bitcoin ETF, which is BitB, and then Grayscale's Bitcoin Mini Trust. So according to reporting on this shift, those are the ones that they can offer. So the emphasis is on regulated ETF exposure rather than direct owning or holding Bitcoin outside traditional financial products. Of course. So the policy change moves Bitcoin via regulated ETF products into a more formal advisory context within one of the US's largest wealth management platforms. So the 1 to 4% allocation range reflects a conservative framework. Relatively small portions of portfolios are suggested and only for clients identified as able to handle the higher volatility typically associated with crypto. Advisors are receiving training and research support so they can explain these products and how they work in broader portfolios. So the move does not mean BOA is advising all clients to invest in crypto. Recommendations are meant to fit individual client risk portfolios and long-term planning. So institutional adoption trends. So this follows similar moves by other traditional financial institutions, more accessible through mainstream advisory channels. Then you have regulatory environment. So the broader U.S. regulatory climate in late 2025 or early 2026 has seen increased clarity around spot Bitcoin ETFs, which enables wealth platforms to include such products more seamlessly. This update at BOA happened after multiple ETF approvals and operational normalization for these products. So the allocation norm, so the suggested small allocations is 1 to 4%. They are in line with broader advisor industry conversations, where a modest slice of exposure is often positioned as part of diversification rather than a core holding. Industry surveys from 2024 show many advisors trending towards small crypto exposures when they start recommending the asset class. And in market timing context. So this institutional shift comes at a time when Bitcoin remains volatile. It has traded around a low 6 figures following highs seen in late 2025. So Bank of America's full of shit for this. I honestly 1000% disagree. And then they're also setting people up for failure by only telling them to only allocate 1 to 4% because they're only going to like tell this to their rich clients. So you're telling rich people that 1 to 4% should be enough. So that to me tells me that you guys don't want them to get that wealthy. Y'all know the crypto boom is coming, and y'all are only going to advise them 1 to 4%. I'm not saying 100%, 80%, 50%. I'm not saying that 1 to 4%. The fuck?
4%.
What?
1 to 4%.
But this is what happens when you listen to the masses, you listen to institutions, you listen to mainstream media. They set you up for complete failure. They're like, we'll give you a crumb. We're never going to give you a whole slice, but we'll give you a crumb. And so, you know, if you know better, you do better. So always do your own research.
Yeah,
gang.
the advisors are never going to tell you what to allocate your money towards. I wonder if some of these advisors were telling their clients to get into gold and silver ETFs. Probably not. Probably not.
Probably not. Right. Yeah. Like Master in my inner source said, BOA doesn't care. They're trying to make money off the service charge.
Yeah, they don't
Absolutely.
care.
Absolutely. And you have to recognize that. But I also find it kind of weird. You know, if you're going to BOA for advice when it comes to crypto at this point, it's like, gang, no. It's way better. It's way more savvy people out here in crypto to get advice from than Bank of America. Sorry, but they're a little late to the party. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so that was some more bullshit for y'all today. Let's see what else we got. Cause let's see.
We got
I think we
got the what was it?
Rumble.
Oh yeah.
Let's talk about Rumble and Tether real quick. Rumble and Tether, they launched a crypto wallet for digital creators. So Rumble, y'all kind of set yourselves up for failure with USDT because y'all know they're not compliant. But I see what y'all doing. And I think this is great. I think the idea is great. So yeah, go ahead and talk about it.
Yeah. So Rumble, you know, which is a video streaming platform, you know, it's an alternative to YouTube. They launched their wallet as a built-in crypto tool. You know what I'm saying? The new wallet allows viewers to support creators directly using digital assets without the banks, ad networks, or outside payment companies. The launch brings digital asset payments into everyday content viewing and grants creators another way to earn income. This is fantastic idea. But let's talk about it a little deeper. So Rumble Incorporated inked a partnership with Tether, you know, the firm behind USDT stablecoin, to launch the crypto wallet. And then, once I saw that Tether was involved, I was like, damn. All right. So the wallet is non-custodial. This means that the users keep control of their funds at all times. So at launch, Rumble Wallet supports Bitcoin, USDT, and Tether Gold, also known as XAUT. It's worth mentioning that the wallet is built right into Rumble, so viewers can tip creators with crypto while watching videos without leaving the website. So for creators, this means less dependency on ads or outside payment services, and then funds go straight to the viewers, to the creators, which from the viewers to the creators, which can make payments faster and cheaper. And then Rumble Wallet was designed using Tether Wallet Development Kit, known as WDK. This marks the first real-world use case of the toolkit. Tether developed WDK to help platforms create wallets without turning user funds over to centralized custodians. And then speaking on his development, Rumble founder and CEO Chris said that the wallet reflects the company's focus on user choice and open expression. According to him, the goal is to give creators and audiences more control over how their content is supported and funded. Alongside this development, October, it was noted that Rumble launched Bitcoin tipping at Switzerland's Plan B event, letting creators earn directly from their viewers. And then Tether and MoonPay support wallet operations. So for Tether, the launch serves as a public rollout of its wallet technology. Tether CEO said that the project combines digital payments with user ownership and control, even with regulated markets like the United States. It's worth noting that Tether has led the way in crypto innovation. In recent news, it was reported that Tether launched Scudo, 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 which is a unit worth of 1/1000th ounce of a gold, making the fractional XAUT transactions easier. And then still, MoonPay will manage all crypto on and off ramps for Rumble Wallet users. So this allows users to move between crypto and traditional payment methods, including credit cards, Apple Pay, PayPal, Venmo, etc. And then MoonPay's Ivan Soto Wright said peer-to-peer payments using digital assets are becoming more common on online platforms. With Rumble Wallet now live, the firm adds new payment options for creators while keeping transactions direct. So, my opinion on this is a good idea. This is a great idea. It's a great idea because it moves it outside of those centralized, you know, and I'm gonna say centralized with quotations, centralized systems. But I'm like, why would they use USDT though? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was my only thing because they're not compliant, and they've admitted that USDT not compliant. That's why they're making another stablecoin. So I don't know why they chose USDT. I feel like they just kind of set themselves up with
Yeah.
that. But they can always change, right? Or take it off
Yeah. I mean,
and
they
use something
could, but
else.
they got a partnership with Tether, so they not
It's a
they not
partnership.
they not
Yeah.
deviating from that.
I wonder why Tether want to do a partnership with Rumble.
I mean,
Because y'all know Rumble's more so on like Rumble's where all the conspiracy theories go and make
it's
content. And I'm not picking on, I'm saying like they make good content over there. I'm just saying I'm trying to figure out why Tether
I
and
mean,
MoonPay.
it's all in their name, Tether. They just tie themselves to whatever they can, yo. they like, yo, we got a company over here, we got a company over there. Like, all right, we got some gold over here. They just trying to just get in where they fit in. And you know, Rumble, they got bread over there, fam. Because I remember Rumble, they was trying to give Joe Rogan. They was about to give him like 100 million. And I was like, I ain't know Rumble had heavy bread like that.
Yeah.
But they got it. They got it.
They got it. All right.
But,
well,
you know, so we'll just have to see. You know what I'm saying? You could use Bitcoin or Tether, but once I seen Tether, I was like, damn, okay, whatever. So Tether just trying to remain relevant out here, just as usual.
Absolutely. Tying themselves to everything to make it impossible to kill them off. That's kind of what I feel.
Another rug pull.
You know, that just seems like something, something popular in crypto that always happens. So we'll see.
With Tether. I don't fuck with him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Good luck with that one. I'm gonna play it safe and not associate myself. So Ripple, D. So they asked us for a partnership. We saying no. We ain't gonna talk about that on camera.
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Because they gotta give me some assurances that, like, yo, we good.
I need to see something. Yeah. Because I asked them that on purpose in front of y'all, just so y'all, because I just like being transparent. I like being transparent.
I mean,
like that way, y'all. If they came to us like D said, I need to see some credible proof.
I need to see something
that y'all ain't finna rub pull. I need to see something because I thought y'all wasn't compliant. So I would have so many questions. I would take the meeting. Me and D would take the meeting.
Yeah.
We would take the meeting, D. Yeah. We would take the meeting. I'm gonna have a whole lot of questions though. They ain't gonna want to. Yeah, but I feel like they wouldn't want to work with me and D after the meeting though, because we're gonna have so many questions. Many questions.
Yeah.
So many questions. Like, and then they know I'm transparent, so I'm like, I need it in writing so I can show them on the screen that y'all for real.
KB said, "Get that money, gang."
Man, look, all money ain't good money, but no, we gotta get that money. But all money ain't good. I don't want to be out here misleading or setting people up for failure. So I don't want my name tied to.
We do a lot of vetting now.
I don't think D
we
would
do a lot
either.
of vetting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So, but they would like I said, I don't think they would want to work with BlockNation because me and D gonna have a lot of questions. Lot of questions. So, but yeah, let's talk about Ripple real quick because they again have ruled out an IPO. They trying to make this shit clear. I think they're full of shit. I think they IPO in a year or two or something. But that's just me. But they can rule it out for now. Whatever. But Ripple again rules out an IPO saying balance sheet gives it room to stay private. I bet that balance sheet gives it room to stay private. I bet all them damn partnerships, they ain't got to do nothing for a while, honestly. But yeah, so Ripple reaffirmed that it does not plan to pursue an initial public offering at this time, despite market speculation. I'm gonna need link to. I just thought about it because we got bread on it. I'm gonna need link to run that bread back. What's going on with them? I need an update on Link 2. If anybody got an update on Link 2, send it to me. I'm gonna look myself, but I need an update on Link 2. Because they need to run that bread back, hoe ass niggas. Yeah. So the company says its balance sheet and private funding give it capacity to grow without listing publicly. So this stance comes after a $500 million private funding round at a roughly $40 billion valuation with participation from institutional investors such as Fortress Investment Group and Citadel Securities. Ripple's president, Monica Long, said in interviews that public markets are not currently necessary for liquidity or funding growth, and that remaining private allows flexibility and focus on execution without public market pressures. So Ripple has also pursued acquisitions and strategic expansion into areas like custody, stablecoin products, including RUSD, prime brokerage infrastructure, and treasury services. So Ripple has previously reduced its share count through buybacks and completed a $1 billion tender offer suggesting sustained institutional interest without an IPO. So company leadership believes private markets and strategic institutional capital provide sufficient backing for growth, so they are not prioritizing public listing goals right now. See, y'all gotta pay. That's why you gotta read stuff thoroughly. They're not prioritizing public listings right now. That don't mean they're not going to later.
Yeah, that's true.
But Link 2 still got to run that bread back. They still got to run that bread back since they some liars. So the decision to remain private reflects a choice about corporate governance and capital structure, not necessarily a statement on the strength or weakness of Ripple itself. Ripple stablecoin infrastructure units and acquisitions may continue to be developed under private ownership, which could delay or remove a clear public equity valuation timeline. Public markets typically involve quarterly earnings disclosure, broader investor base, and regulatory reporting. All elements Ripple leadership implies are not currently aligned with its strategic needs. Ripple they're not trying to tell us everything they got going on. Because there's certain stuff that they're not disclosing. Because like we said, Ripple is probably already working with BlackRock. They don't want the public to know that.
No.
We know that they're working with the Federal Reserve.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's certain. So Ripple cannot disclose that right now. But in the future, they will be able to disclose it. They just right now cannot disclose some of the stuff that they're doing. And that's the whole reason why they want, because it ain't about money for them. So Ripple's IPO stance fits into a broader theme where crypto companies weigh private capital versus public demands. So some, like Circle, have already gone public. Others, like BitGo, are pursuing eventual listings. Ripple is choosing to stay private for now. So this stance comes on the heels of regulatory developments in 2025 and 2026 that affect how digital asset firms position themselves with respect to compliance and licensing and product expansion. It shows the company prioritizes controlled growth and internal funding mechanics over public market access. So Ripple's decision to stay private could influence how investors and markets view XRP ecosystem growth, differentiating Ripple as an infrastructure provider rather than a publicly tradable corporate equity story. So the focus remains on products and market infrastructure rather than on becoming a publicly traded company with public shareholders. So that makes sense to me. Kurt kind of already explained this to y'all. Everybody gonna go first. We're gonna get regulations. We're gonna get the ball rolling. Then Ripple gonna IPO. And I still believe Ripple gonna have the biggest IPO in history. That's just me though. I believe wholeheartedly when they do IPO, they will have the biggest IPO in history. All they're saying is right now they're not IPOing, and they shouldn't. We ain't got no regulations. Everything not done yet. So this makes sense to me. So I know some people didn't want to hear that, but it's
like you said, it's not about bread for them. It's not about money for them.
Yeah. When Ripple IPO comes out, BlackRock will be the majority holder. Bingo. Who y'all think holding the escrow? It's between BlackRock and the federal government.
You know, I just found out the other day. Because I thought Chipotle was still owned by McDonald's, and I looked it up. Guess who owns McDonald's? Chipotle. BlackRock.
Who owns Chipotle? Oh, I'm not shocked at all, gang. That's who run the world.
Yeah. I didn't know they had most of the holdings though. But yeah, BlackRock really do. They own everything. They do own everything. Shit.
Okay. Hey, appreciate you, KB. You be safe, gang.
All right, appreciate you, fam. Appreciate you.
Oh, okay. Shout out to Katie the Great in the chat. I got to check. They said that Link 2 sent ballots to vote on suggested resolution due by January 26th. I want a refund.
Yeah,
I'm gonna check on that today. Cause I'm gonna tell you, I want a goddamn refund. Give me my money back so I can go put that shit somewhere else. Send me that bread back.
Yeah,
send that bread back.
Bullshit.
I gotta call my sister about that shit. Make sure we do that. Yeah, we got to run that. Yeah, they got to run that back. Need that. Honestly, might take that back and go on vacation. I ain't gonna lie. Take that back and go on a trip. Shit. they done gave us all this extra time. I'm just at this point, I'm just sprinkling. I'm just putting motherfucking sprinkles on the goddamn ice cream at this point. Like, what the fuck? I'm going on vacation now. Fuck all this. I'm about to go sit in somebody pink sand. But yeah.
With somebody big booty daughter. I got you.
No, I'm going dolo because I ain't paying.
Oh,
fuck
okay,
that.
got you.
I'm going dolo. Yeah, I'm in my single era right now. I'm in my solo dolo gang. Solo dolo. I'm in my single era. I enjoyed Christmas because I didn't have to buy nobody daughter nothing. I thoroughly enjoyed that. Jesus, I enjoyed it. I saved so much money. So much money. But I'll get out of it soon, y'all. Just give me some time.
Yeah.
Give me some time. I know it's mad selfish, but whatever.
It'll be all right.
Yeah. So I think that's pretty much it for now, gang. Because it's so much news. Me and D we're just trying to catch up because we was out yesterday evening. But is there anything else you wanted to go over, D?
Nah, not specifically. I think we could touch on the other shit later.
Okay. But yeah, y'all, other than that, man, make sure y'all get into class. I'm gonna keep emphasizing it because if you ain't did your homework on Flare Network, do your homework on Flare Network. I don't know if we need to just do a live stream on Flare Network and only talk about Flare, but y'all need to get in this class. Flare Network, especially if you hold XRP, especially for XRP holders. I'm talking to all the XRP holders. The Flare Network Masterclass is gonna be on January 11th at 6 p.m. You're gonna learn what Flare is, why it's not just another layer one. You're going to learn about how Flare brings real-world assets on chain. So you're going to learn about FXRP, FUSD, FA assets, and why Flare is designed for yield and not speculation. Flare is going to be huge. Flare is going to be huge. You could your XRP could be working for you and earning you yield. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying throw all your XRP in one basket, but I am simply saying educate yourself, play with a few dollars, and see how it works so that you know how to reallocate your assets when price appreciation does occur so that you can continue to grow your wealth and create another stream of income for yourself. It is very, very important for you guys to do that. A lot of us were not privy to this type of information in previous bull runs, but this time we are. So now we're realizing we don't have to sell. We can earn yield. We can borrow against our assets. We just have multiple options now, and you need to make sure that you weigh all your options out before you make a mistake. It's like, oh my God, I've never had $2 million. I'm taking it all. And it's like $2 million is a lot for somebody who's never had it, but it goes fast. It goes fast, guys. I'm not gonna hold you. I have wealthy siblings. I've been around a lot of wealthy people, and they will tell y'all from a wealthy perspective that $2 million ain't no motherfucking money. And I'm sorry to say, I know some of y'all like, I'll take it. Everybody in the motherfucking live will take $2 million. But I'm just simply telling y'all it's not a lot of money. It's not. And you got to understand that. You know what I'm saying? So you want, if you got that type of money and you could take a percentage of it, 100,000, 200,000 out of that 2 million and put that somewhere and it's earning you yield and passive income, whether it's earning you $5,000 or $10,000 a month, that's a better way to live than to sell it off and then to run through the $2 million.
Right.
So you need to make sure you're in the Flare Network class. Okay. Make sure you're in that Flare Network Masterclass. Cecil is very, very thorough. That's why I showed y'all, and I'm gonna show y'all one more time before we hop off. Just an introduction to just how the DeFi Patreon is and how he breaks stuff down, all the way to the beginning, from telling you to go to Google, use Google Chrome, and go to Coinbase, and blah blah blah. Like literally breaks it down from step one, literally. So no one is lost. So it's like everyone's trying to help everybody. So just make sure you're making good decisions. You weighing all your options out. Because this is a once in a lifetime opportunity and you don't want to fuck this up. So, but yeah, other than that, y'all, I'm gonna just play this real quick one more time.
Okay, welcome back to BlockNation DeFi. Today we're going to go over the top 5 tokenized stock.
There you go. So yeah, that's just some stuff we're talking about right now. But yeah, make sure y'all getting yourselves getting yourselves or getting your affairs in order, your wealth management strategies in order. So yeah, that's what we got going on right now. So that class gonna be on January 11th, 6 p.m. So make sure y'all tapped in on that one. But yeah, other than that, y'all, man, we'll be back on this evening with some more updates. Appreciate y'all tapping in with us. You got anything else?
Nah. Everybody just, stay vigilant. Make sure you armored up. Make sure your body is armored up, fam. Make sure you putting the right things inside of your body, fam. You know what I'm saying? They can't take us.
100%.
They can't take us out. They can't take us out like that fast. They can't take us out that fast. You know what I'm saying? I felt something coming on. I said, "Oh hell no, I might have to sweat this out."
Yeah,
Sweat this out.
yeah. Me and him did the same. I gotta get this out of me. So yeah, y'all. Be careful, man. Seasons changing. People sick. Stuff in the air. Just be careful. You know what I'm saying? All right, y'all. So we'll see y'all this evening. All right.
Peace.
All right.